we have to kindly escort you to go away from.
And maybe just to add something very small,
I
think a very contentious issue is also coming on the table is that how are then county government accountable, especially with the evidence from, say, the Auditor General and the controller of budget, now that they are not also abiding to law? Then where does that leave the nation at, especially because this is where we expect that the common, and even that is where the economic perspective or the economic activities spur. So where do we leave the Kenyans? You know?
And as you finalize on that, President Ruto has been vocal about pushing for women governors, to open up the race, especially at that particular position. Recently, was it in Homa Bay, he spoke about the good things women governors are doing. Since you talked about the working relationship between the governor and the deputy governor, will this be a major hindrance if going forward, come 2027, let's say, that for every position taken by a man, let's say for the governor, the deputy governor is a woman? Will this hamper that working relationship that we've seen hasn't been at best between, the current crop of leaders? What's your take on that?
Actually, if you look at what the president has been saying, even for the last few, especially the 7G meetings that have happened, is that one thing you can tell is that he appreciates the fact that women leaders are more accountable. They are easy. There's a lot of ego when it comes to men leaders. Sorry to say, I know you are all men, but I think that harbors a lot of development. And you can see the 7G women, and in the interest of diversity, equity, and inclusion, they really work very well. And you can see it's working across both Azimio and even Kenya Kwanza, meaning that there's something good. And even in the statement that he said that he will consider a woman vice president in the future, or deputy president, is also a good thing. And with maybe the issue that you want to raise on the issue of going back to the constitution and maybe having a referendum, maybe these are some of the things that we are going to be passed across, and we see that whether there is going to be more inclusion. Because even before we go back to, for example, I'm looking at the 7 women governor out of the 47 of the counties that we have. Is it a representation already over that rule? So if it is, then has that been implemented properly across even the government? Then maybe not. Then how then are we going to consider a lot of diversity? And maybe one of the issues with the Kisii County, I haven't seen really strong women in the Kisii counties. Maybe our legal, our lawyer here can... There are quite a number. But in terms of reconciliation, I think women play a very huge role in governance and also in leadership.
Okay.